rest whenever possible.
All right, so since we are here today, what is the main purpose of this event?
Good question. This event is for us to have an in-depth look at the makings of an animation studio of alumni and gain knowledge from their experiences.
And I believe they call themselves fire starters.
Yes, they will also give us a talk of their journey or their experience working in an animation industry.
Don't worry, we'll have a Q&A session with the panels later on. And when the time comes for the Q&A, please ask your questions in the chat box. So sit back and enjoy today's event.
Yes. Sounds like fun. I bet there's a lot to be learned from it. Oh yeah, before we start, I would like to say thank you to the panelists for joining us today. And now I shall give way for Elise to introduce them for our next session.
All right, so we have Hakim, Roshdi, Amirul, Nechan, and Imran Manso. Please give them a round of applause for them to give their introduction.
Mhm.
Hello. I guess we can introduce ourselves, right? So, hi everyone. I'm Hakim Rushdi. I'm 25 years old. As mentioned, I'm an alumni from FITA, degree in animation and screen technology. These are my friends. Hello, guys.
Bubble, you're muted. Hello, my name is Imran. I am 26 years old and a graduate from UiTM as well.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys
Yes,
hear me?
we can.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Hello, I'm Amirul. I'm Hakim's classmate. I'm 26 years old. You guys can call him Bubble.
Yeah, we will be calling him Bubble for this
Yeah.
session.
Nama-nama glamour. Also known as Bubble. Yeah. Also known
You
as
can
Bubble. Call me anything really. Okay. Right. I think that's about it about us. Yeah.
All right, what a very cute name. Okay.
Now that everyone has been acquaintances, we shall start with the session.
By the way, first things first, do the panelists have something that they would like to present to us?
Yeah, we do have a 1 minute show reel if you guys yeah.
All right.
We'll start with
All
that.
right. So,
You guys can enjoy that one first.
okay.
Right, hold up. Can you guys hear the audio?
No,
Oh,
we
no.
don't.
Right, hold on. Can you guys hear it? Not yet. Hold on. Hold on, yeah. 1 second. Okay, can you guys hear it now?
Still no.
Nggak dengar.
Yeah, sure.
Share content. We'll see. Okay. Ada ya? Alright. Here we go.
Let it go every day, take it down, go all the way, go all the way. Let it go every day, take it down, go all the way, go all the way, go all the way.
And that's our show reel. Okay.
Right. Thank you very much. So that's our story. We are Studio Firepulse. We are post-production boutique. We do, as you guys can see, we do visual effects, 3D and 2D motion graphics. And as of right now, we are neck deep in the music video industry.
The AV industry.
Yep. And that's our modus operandi, you guys can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are still new within the industry with only over 1 year of age.
Yep.
So this, we hope to give insight throughout the session. And yeah.
Recently, we just celebrated our first year anniversary anyway.
Yeah. So we're basically babies within the industry, and we're lucky to have these opportunities. And thank you very much. I think some of our industry friends are here in the call. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So,
will be our introduction.
Yep.
All right.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you for showing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So is that all? Is it okay if we get on with the questions?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Sure.
All right. So do you want to do the honors or shall I at least?
Um. Hello.
Hello, I
Okay.
can hear you.
All right. Sorry. Let me start first.
All right.
Okay. So the first question is regarding your studio. What is your driving passion that leads to the creation of the studio?
Interesting question.
Mhm. Okay. Driving passion. I think in our name, in the name of the studio itself, is Firepulse. It actually means somewhat like our passion.
Yeah, the
Our-
fiery
we-
passion of our spirits.
Yeah, we
So to
we
speak.
envision ourselves as like passionate people with fiery flames. Hence the name fire, and it's pulsating. So yeah, it's in the name. I think ultimately we want to create moving visuals for the audience.
To create and hone our crafts of being like animators, motion designers, or even illustrators for the industry.
Yeah.
And basically, we really want to, as a group, as a collective, we want to show what the world what we are made of.
Yeah, we want to say pave the road for maybe you guys, for our juniors, because we believe that what we're doing right now is revolutionary. Because, for example, music video Tak Sangka, if we've done the market study, I think it's never been done before. Music video of there were animated music videos before, but I think for the past 10 years, there's no 2D plus 3D in that degree. Yeah, with all the simulations, frame by frame animations. Yeah, it was something that we believe we're trying to do.
And from there, it's definitely a direction we want to take with our company to push our limits with every project.
Yeah.
Just to signify how deep and passionate we want to get involved and create disturbance within the industry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Ultimately, I think for in regards to our personal lives, I think we were surrounded by people who were talented and amazing, and I would say we banded together with a singular vision, a singular passion that led to the creation of the studio.
Harin,
Um,
you can.
All right. Sorry about that. That was an amazing reason. I was moved, honestly. I have the same passion as you guys, honestly. Like, I have a friend from school, like, has the same passion as you guys. We were thinking of creating a studio, like, after we graduated from our diploma. So seeing you guys just makes me like excited.
And
And,
that
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
that's nice to
That
hear.
that's really that's what we want to hear from you guys actually.
yep. You are the something that drives my passion. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice to see.
Thanks to you.
Knowing that we affect the
Even
next
even
generation
the
is
semblance of like even we have like a tiny bit of influence in even like 1 year younger than us, it's something huge for us. Yeah, so thank you very much for that.
thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's straight from the heart. All right, let's get on to the second
Alright.
question. The second question is a bit similar to the first one, so I'll just skip that. So, the third question is, what is the first project of your studio? Like the very first project when you are still small.
So okay,
Mm.
this is a bit complicated.
It's interesting lah, because
Yeah.
there's an official one where the one that we did after establishing our studio and before. Because I think Hakim can
Elaborate.
So I
mention
think
again.
unofficially there were a number of projects because actually all three of us has been freelancing for a number of years before we started this company together. So I think unofficially me and Bubble is a music and a very old music video. I think it's not that old. Couple years back, for an indie band, Juno and Hana. We did it for an assignment actually, music video production with Miss Aimi. Uh, so that was maybe can be we can say like unofficially our very first where we can see our uh the completeness of our synergy, me and Bubble.
Yeah, and ever since that day, we thought we want to make like music video for more indie studios,
Indie bands.
indie bands. Yeah.
So we actually had a plan, like that's where our love for music videos began. And then fast forward after we graduated, me and Bubble has been in the same group project for almost every assignment. Fast forward a number of years, me and Bubble actually work in the same studio before we quit our jobs. So yeah, I quit my job, and in there we tried to continue our plan, which is to do more MVs for indie bands.
Uh,
Lo and behold, actually not missing you came. The opportunity
We were
came, and
presented the opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that time Bubble wasn't available.
yeah, I was still working with the company where me and Hakim used to work with. Hakim presented to me that Hakim said, "Eh, cuma buat ni. Let's just do freelance, right?" So macam,
So
it's better
our
lah.
plan was to do freelance for so many years, maybe like 1 year or 2 year to gain experience. But then the opportunity came and I invited Imran. So
That's where
Imran
we
is
came
my
in.
Imran is my cousin.
Hello.
We we've been dreaming of doing something together since that we were small. We would when family gatherings we would be
We would just be drawing even. We would just like think of projects. We would think of like what would we do. Like we would even just like duduk dekat like the bumbung and think about our future and like what we need to do something together. Something we believe we were bound to do something together.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we did. So okay, that wasn't official juga because Babu wasn't in the project, but he gave some insight.
Yeah.
But our truly officially we did something for Amazon Web Services. That Jeff Bezos. We don't directly contact Jeff Bezos, but yeah, it was for Amazon. But the project unfortunately got cancelled. So our official is Nafas Cinta for Aina Abdul and Kai Bahar. We did it for 1 month. Kita orang 3 orang buat. Empat orang. With direction from Udin Majid, my longtime mentor.
Yes. he really gave for our mentor Udin Majid really gave us a lot of starting points to get started within the industry.
Yeah, I guess this kind of maybe put our name out there. Yeah.
This is
So
also where we test our, like, the first time we build our own pipeline for how we want to pull
Yes,
this,
yes.
like, 2D.
mhm,
The first one we actually did like fully 2D. Just Imran is the lead animator. I
mhm.
mean, sole animator for that project. So,
Yeah. Funny
uh,
story, guys. Imran did not graduate. He's not an animation graduate, but he's the lead animator.
I mean, I took the past year studying
Mm.
animation and with definitely from guides from the animation students.
Yeah, we only know the 12
Ah.
principles of animation, but we.
Oh,
Yep.
we built from
But
there
we,
lah.
we do implement the 12 principles within our After Effects animation. I guess especially me, I lacked solid drawing. My drawing
Mhm.
sucks, so I have to compensate it in like 3D motion or After
Actually, he's
Effects.
not bad. Not that bad.
Yeah, so yeah, that's
And I
it's
think we can touch on our, if you want to touch on our pipeline a bit.
sure. Yeah.
So let me show you.
Okay. Can you guys can look at Bubbles screen?
So as you can see on my screen right now, can you guys see it? Ooh, that's a bit big. Hold on. Whoop, whoop. Yes, you can see on my screen, right? This is like the first proper pipeline that we did for Tak Sangka. This one on the right side we adjusted for Brani as well. This is why how do I say it? Okay, kita
This is where
we
we put
assign
the mind map.
everyone
Yeah.
the mind map. So as you guys know already, like you guys learn in the class already, kan, how the pipeline works, like from pre-production, go to production, post-production. Right? Here, we assign everyone on Miro. I think you guys can try the website out because when
It's
we did our project
useful.
is during the PKP, so we cannot meet each other anyway. So this is the pipeline. For Tak Sangka and Berani, we went from pre-production. We assigned Imran here. You guys can see the name. Yeah, Imran lead the animation for frame by frame on this one.
Mhm.
Oh, man. And then me and Hakim will be handling the background mostly. Background and motion graphic lah. So
Simulations.
yeah, like we have, so we split from on pre-production, we split character design and background design first. So background design is usually me, Hakim, and then Imran took some part also dekat sini, especially on concept arts. But Imran also did the concept art for every
Most of
project so
I
far.
think every project, because my role within the Five Starters is basically I work a lot on the pre-production, where I will be working on the storyboard. I'll be working on character design, concept art, and I'll be doing rough stuff for the animatics even.
Yep.
And then by then, once those are settled, I'll enter production for lead keys mostly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think why we want to show this pipeline is because we believe that in each of the members of the production, all of each of the individuals needs to be aware of from pre-production to post-production, because we as compositors, me and Bubble, really put emphasis on uh like everyone needs to understand each other's struggles so that the whole pipeline will be easier.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
So
and every pipeline for every project is different because everyone is assigned differently in every project. So
Yeah.
before we start, we will do some research where each of us will fit, especially when we want to hire members or anyone else outside of in-house production.
This
Yep.
was something that we went through first. Masa we did the first project with us three. It was Nafas Intero. I would say our synergy is really well. We cover each other's we covered the whole pipeline basically. Yeah, Nafas Cinta taught us that the importance of pipeline.
Yeah, and we really recommend Miro. We're not sponsored by Miro. Hopefully one day, but this is a very good brainstorming, visual brainstorming place.
Yeah, especially with the new variant coming up. Yeah, might as well get into collaborative softwares for you guys for you students.
Right. So that was the story of our first
First project, yeah.
project. Yeah, it's complicated.
Okay, that's very from I guess dari
In
intent.
depth. Yeah, in depth and intent.
Depth.
Wow.
I see. It's
I'm
very
speechless.
Thank you.
detailed.
It looks harder than I imagined, honestly.
It looks harder. It's not. Trust me.
Is it?
I mean, it is hard to pull off, but don't get me wrong. If you put, this is how we break down every, let's say, every word, so that everyone understand what goes where. For example, I show you. Let's see character animation, right?
Mhm.
Okay, Imran will be the lead, right? So from here, Imran finalize how the character will look, and then Imran will make key poses. You guys know what key poses, right?
Of course they do.
So, okay, key poses, they will go to the in between drafts. Okay, this is where you can see like there's two extra name here,
Mhm.
which means they will take part in between drafts. From here, this you can see that who will handle what. So everyone knows their part in the project. There's another thing that actually we did a checklist. Imran, do you have the checklist?
I have
Want
it,
to
yeah.
show the checklist?
This is the checklist that we often use for our project. It's quite a template, but it's very effective in keeping check of the progress of each shot that we have established in pre-production. So like for example, we'll have names. This is for Tak Sangka. We'll have names like my name, and the other members. So we'll like we will each assign a shot for each people, and they'll once they've done it and they have uploaded it, they will check the list.
This
basically.
is another communication tool because we do not need to have meetings every day. We can just look at the checklist and go, oh, it's done. The materials are in the drive, and then yeah, everyone can continue the work efficiently.
Yep. And the checklist is a very good system where we can examine the difficulty of shots actually, where we given the timeline and often with MVs it's really
Very tight.
tight,
It's
very tight.
so tight.
So we have to allocate our resources to shots that are harder. From here, we'll determine what's frame by frame, what's after effects, what can be done in 1 day, what has to be done in 3 days, even like down to the seconds actually.
Okay.
And then we'll like break it down even more where like what happened is that in that shot there's like descriptions and everything so that like let's say if Sabrina want to do color blocking, right, and she don't have to ask Imran every day, like every time she want to do new shots, she can just look up in the sheets what character is there, the color that the character have. She just keep going through. Just keep going on. Don't have to stop. Don't have to ask so
Yeah,
much.
they can the other members can allocate their own time, but as long as the task is done. Yeah.
Shall we continue?
Yes, we should. At least the next question, please.
Yes, pardon, I was in awe, tengok everything, what very detailed and banyak lah macam
I agree.
like I didn't expect something like this. I mean like probably because we're still students, so macam Bagi ni lah kau buat dah kita lah okay lah macam tu. Okay, so tapi tu tak apalah. Tu we as students we still have like a long way to go. It's just that do we want to go forward or just stay in our comfort zone? Okay.
Yeah, that depends on us.
All right.
I
So
I believe with everything there's a way to do it, and with animation there's ways to finish the project is the hardest thing. If without management,
It's
It's hard-
it
it's
comes
hard
to
to
a
s-
point.
yeah.
It's necessary.
it's hard to see the angle without a road, basically.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So I hope the students who will be doing FYP for this semester, I hope you guys can take some insight. Okay. So on to the next question. In order to start a studio, you need to have funds. Did you join any competitions to receive those funds, or was there a different approach? A different approach, like you guys save money ke apa-apa ke?
Great question. Okay, so we took a different approach.
Okay.
We do not have any like capital per se to kickstart our business. Financially, as in liquid cash, we do not have like seorang masuk modal probably berapa ribu ke apa. No, we did not do that.
We did not have investors even.
Yeah, we don't have investor. We just did it. Like I guess our investments would be our own equipments, like our own computers.
The laptop that we have.
Yeah, those are technically our own personal assets, but we use it for the betterment of the company. So I guess our capital was our time and our own equipments. Yeah, we do not take any grants. We did have a grant, but that was like project based. It's not like for the company.
And during the start of the birth of the studio, so to speak, we really just went and do it, given like how like Hakim said, we had invested within our hardware, our
Yep.
equipments. Um,
You don't need to have a certain amount of money to start a business. You can just start it. Use your time. Your time is a commodity. Yeah, your
Time is
time and
gold.
effort. Yeah, time
I
is
mean,
gold.
like Hakim mentioned like way earlier tadi kan, me and Hakim quit our job, right? During that phase I barely have any money. I went back to my hometown I only have my laptop. I live with my parents. And on my way back, Hakim called, oh, we have a job. So that
Alhamdulillah.
And that
Alhamdulillah,
time
that's
was
how
during what PKP, the start of PKP.
the start of VKP. People are losing their job, and I'm sorry.
But I quit.
I quit.
But given that we had a plan, a backup plan, like a backbone of a plan. If anything happens, we will start small with maybe like indie jobs. If it doesn't pay good, but we will still take it. That was the like the hustle we expected when we started the company.
We even thought of like selling.
Selling like F&B even just to sustain our company.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, like opportunities came in because I think we showed our mentors our capabilities with the project that they gave us. So the trust was built there, and they kept on coming. Alhamdulillah,
Basically, a leap of faith and trust.
it was a leap of faith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very. Could have been eating sand.
But I would say even having if you students were to start a company, it would be nice to have funds. Actually,
Of course, yes,
yeah.
of course.
Especially if you guys don't have the right equipments or resources. Benda tu perlu lah. Ada daya ada cara. Gitu.
Yes, exactly. Di mana ada apa? Highway.
Highway.
Highway?
Situ ada jalan, yeah. Yep. So ultimately, yeah, we did not have any capital. We just
Or funds.
went and did it. Our payment terms was based on projects. We will get commissions based on the project. So that's how it works for at least 1 year. Right.
See.
Oh, that sounds like a rough start there.
It was it
It, wa-
was
it
it
was
was rough.
it was a
I,
very rough start.
the moment when you like talk about you don't have money, my brain just like, oh, commissions. Just, just,
Commissions.
just open up my Instagram. All right, I'm hiring commission. Head is here, 50 ringgit. Body is 60. Leg is like 20, 70.
Gotta do
So
what you gotta do.
Yeah.
all for the money.
Fine.
Right. Then let's go for the sixth. So, how does a small and new studio get the cooperation of a bigger studio for future projects? Like, other than the connection that you gain from your mentors, there's anything else? Is there anything else?
Right. Okay. I think this relates to what we've talked today. Um, this is where connections comes in. Connections are very important in this line of work. I think in any line of work, freelance based line of work, connections to people in the industry is very important. That's how I think for the longest time the way we got clients was through word of mouth. Like this guy, we've done, like for me, I've done jobs for maybe a number of companies, and then they recommended us, like, oh, someone's looking for a 3D motion graphic designer, and yeah, e- the industry is very small. If you've done a job, chances are your name is in someone's list of freelancers. So okay, we combine all three of us punya connections. So yeah, that's how we got bigger and bigger clients, because we do bigger and bigger
But to
jobs.
see it like deeper, like to say it more in depth, it's basically the initial connection tu penting. Like you have to reach out.
Oh yeah.
You have to be around the people of the industry to get a job. That's the first thing. But what's the hook for them is our skills and how much they will trust us. Given our freelance work throughout the years, we built those connections. Something that you cannot, like, dapat satu job terus lost contact. Tak boleh.
Yeah.
Inshallah, if your work is good, if your work ethic is nice, you submit things on time. Inshallah, things will keep going. Asalkan ikhlas kerja tu kena ada juga ah.
Mm-hmm.
Timing ethic kerja tu penting.
It's
Yeah.
important to keep the connections. Make friends, guys.
Make friends. Yeah.
You can just shoot a DM kat Instagram even.
Yeah. During the early stages, I think all of us like, reach out to any of the person in industry, like, hey, we if you're looking for a motion graphic designer, we can do that. Yeah, we do that banyak to a number of the industry people to get the initial connection. Once you've done, this is where like you have to do your job all out, because if you have connections alone but your work is meh, you won't get the next job.
Mm-hmm.
The key is like to have repeatable, like clients come back. Yeah. So that needs commitment in your whatever you do.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, my camera is broken. I don't know.
It's all right.
Tak apa, tak apa.
Your mic, your voice is still okay. You can hear.
Okay.
It's sounded like something like a restaurant. Once you get the customer that likes your food, they keep coming back.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have like you can have the best venue, but if your food is not good,
You're not gonna come back.
yeah, they're not gonna come back. Yeah. And we're lucky to have our our partners right now. We as I think macam mana, like we Studio Firepulse has been working very closely with Atypical Visual. Atypical Visual is responsible for many local music videos like Insomniacs, Johnny Boys, MV,
We collaborated. with
yeah,
them
and
a
so
lot.
much more. So we're very lucky to get them, to have them on board, and
And for them to trust us
yeah.
at the start even. You can tell the story of how you connected.
Oh yeah, I connected with the director of Atypical Visual, Takif Sadun. He's actually dekat belakang sekarang. He's doing work. So me and him, we just reach out on Instagram. Hey, I like your work. Your work is cool. Would you like to hang out? Just talk about, just reach out. Then we pergi Damansara, lepak dengan dia, and then we talk about our visions and blah blah blah. Yeah, it wasn't because of like, hey, aku ada job. No, it was like, hey, I like your work. Let's go hang out.
Mm.
Yeah. So connections like that is important, very very important, especially in the beginning, like startups like us. So and then it domino effects to, of course, ada job yang masuk, and then we did it together. Buat 2-3 kali job together, and then we click so much, and
We're actually merging.
you're actually in the process of merging, and all the paperwork are not done yet.
What's the name? Oh, later. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it later. All right, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it. Connections. That's it.
Connections and just actually doing your project well. So deal with
Yeah.
your stuff. Got it. I'll note it down in my tiny brain. All right. It's your turn now, at least.
All right. So, next question. Okay. First of all, we all know that um you three, like Bubble, Imran, and Hakim, are the fire starters.
Yes.
But we all do apa? All of us do wonder if you have like other members in the studio. So how do you recruit the members that are currently working in the studio?
So,
Okay. Macam mana?
This is
um,
interesting.
so to speak, we for like as a company,
Mhm.
as employers, we don't have the term of like employees, not necessarily, but we operate on like a close freelance with the talents we have deep trust with, and we have a term for them. We call them embers, and they've really helped in actually realizing big projects that we couldn't have done ourselves.
Yep.
I think Tak Sangka was the first one where I think we collaborated with all of the members that we have, including Atypical Visual as well, full force, just all out on that project.
It really depends on the project. Where as I said tadi, it's like freelance based. And when the project comes, and if it's like big and require more manpower, the embers will come in. Where for Tak Sangka, it was the first time us and the embers did the project together. So we actually went through a process of getting to know their workflow, getting to know their timings and the capabilities. It took about 1 week before we started the project in between the period of pre-production, and where the embers had to actually adapt to the project's art direction and art style. Yes, they have to have that capability to maintain the like the keyframes, the in-betweens, to make it consistent.
They actually had to went through a number of tests.
Yeah,
Juga.
they went through tests.
Yeah, so how do we recruit? Like, of course, through the people that we know, the talented people that we know, and we really look at, can they do it? Do they have the passion to do it? Those are the questions that we ask ourselves before we take anyone into the project. We need to first attitude, passion. If you're talented but you're not passionate and you're not hardworking, it won't be completed. So you need to have all the right formulas for in the project itself.
And us as like fire starters, we during that process we identified what their strengths and weaknesses are, and it's our job as the superiors untuk divide and like alurkan money yang sesuai.
Yeah. Yeah, we do currently we do not have staffs or employees per se. It's just us. So we take our project we take our the embers and others other talents on a project basis, on a project need basis. So if yeah, it's the logical and the more financially efficient way of moving forward from now up, at least until we can hire other people.
And we stabilize ourselves.
Yeah, we forecast maybe next year we will have to hire other people.
Like given how we Hakim sebut tadi, we already merging with Atypical, right? From there, we already have plans, long-term plans within the company to make it more sustainable, to get in-house
In-house
uh,
talents.
in-house talents. So
Mhm.
that's something we really learned during this first year of starting our company. How to manage people, how to manage talents, and how to cater to them, how to give the right jobs at the right time and give them this certain urgency given how our pipeline is. Bagi dorang faham lah proses tu.
Because I think all of our projects are very tight, that deadline wise. So we more often than not do not have the time to we don't have weekends. Yeah, that's something that we don't have up until maybe 1 month ago. We work Saturday, Sunday,
Even do
all the
public
week.
holidays.
Even public holidays. Raya tahun lepas, Raya tahun lepas ya.
Yeah, since tak ada raya pun actually.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, thank God memang tak ada raya, but this year's raya on the Hari Raya Aidilfitri lepas main raya, okay buka After Effects.
I would say it wasn't the most optimal working conditions. It was really rather very harsh. But I would say macam for like a project like Tak Sangka that was Tak Sangka. It was something we believed that will create something within the industry. So we put our nails into it and dig deep and memang pull through that project.
It was very nerve-wracking, energy consuming.
Took the soul out of me.
It took the soul out of all of
All
us.
of us, yeah.
Oh,
But at the end of the day, bila kita nampak results tu, we just wanted to, for that particular project, wanted to send a message. Like,
Yep.
we can actually do this. The next generation have the potential to create something great. So that was a testament. And sekarang dah ada, we can demand more.
yeah, exactly. We created the niche of like music video productions like that. Yeah, our main, of course, yeah, that's a testament of what we can do, and even more. Give us more time and we can do more. Give us more time, give us more financial freedom, give us more time freedom, we can do more. Right games, here we come.
Oh my god, right, James?
Like going back to the question, yes, in the future, given how like our kerja sekarang ni, hopefully we'll have more talents yang interested to join us in the future.
Yeah, we will be very honored if anyone wants to join
Maybe
us.
one of the juniors nanti kan dapat masuk
Yeah.
kan.
Sen 5 boleh tak nak masuk sebagai internship?
Inshallah by next year,
InsyaAllah
inshallah.
tahun depan mungkin ada opening.
Yeah.
Oh, memang tahun depan saya internship. Alright, I'm fine.
Because we just moved in our new office, actually. So yeah, there will be space nanti.
Alhamdulillah, ada space.
Alhamdulillah.
Bukan bilik kecil yang tu korang tak ada. Okay. Alright.
Alright, let's get on with the next question. This is maybe a bit personal, but how hard is it to stick to your guns to keep on pursuing your dreams? Like, how hard was it? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Ya, ni boleh sideline daripada tadi kan. It's hard, man.
Man, for
It's-
Hakim, for
It's
this
rough.
It's
It's rough.
really hard, especially during. I don't think it's gotten easier. Maybe a bit easier, but especially when during our commencement, during when we just started out, like we've mentioned before, financially it was so hard because we have to like keep the business afloat, and to have pocket for even to buy food and like our basic necessities. It's so hard to like just keep going. There's so many instances where we could have just like
Drop
sink.
it.
We just like drop it and hey, let's just masuk company mana-mana just like that. But it's so hard because yeah, time in bila baru you want to start the business, people don't know you guys. You want to do something. First of all, they have a hard time to trust us. Even in the commencement period, get the job, lock the job is hard. So we have quite a number of projects that were cancelled, halfway cancelled, cancelled because of the PKP.
PKP.
There's a number of projects that we've done all the works, we've done all the pre-production, and then boom, it's cancelled because of the PKP. So that was so hard because we've actually cleared our schedule.
From like maybe we had other jobs coming in, but we had to cancel for that one project.
And then that one
And
project.
that one project got cancelled. So
Because
we
of
didn't have
PKP.
like funds coming in to sustain us.
I think there was a period where there was no job.
Yeah, there was. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
There
We were
was
just
no job.
That's
So
so
and I
dry.
was like, man, I only have like what, 50 ringgit.
like,
I'm going Santi.
there was
I'm
about
going
2 or 3
homeless.
months, kan? 2 or 3 months. But we took the time to really study the industry. We took the time to hone our company's identity. We studied all the paperwork. We have zero knowledge.
Yeah,
Except for masa sem berapa ada subject business entrepreneurship tu.
Yeah.
That helps.
Now you regret you don't study study much.
Do that properly. It'll benefit you guys.
Yeah.
Registering SSM and then register the bank account and everything. We had to ask around people. We had to ask around our friends punya punya kawan yang study business law and all that. So that downtime of we not having jobs, we did that. We tried to fill in time with something useful, and it was necessary.
Yeah. It laid down the framework for the company juga.
And even now, it's so hard because one of the hardest thing is because the deadlines are always crazy.
It's very, very tight.
It's very tight. We just finished one project, and I think my energy is still 20%. My battery is still 20%. We all of us needs to recharge. We need like a probably 3 months holiday because we've been working from March up until 2 weeks ago. We've been working non-stop, no weekends.
Overtime.
Yeah, non-stop, 24 hours. If we thought we could quit our job to relax, no. We want we're working 24/7 now.
Let's make a company.
Clients could come at 8 p.m. and want the amendments the next morning. By 7. Yeah, we have to like stay up. There's no choice.
Oh, sounds unreasonable.
It's very harsh, but we would want to change that in the future.
We're trying to change it. That's one of the biggest things we want to change for within the industry juga. We want to
To stand our ground in that in that regards.
and alhamdulillah, but right now we're starting to see some semblance of normalcy. We're just trying we can have weekends now. But even then, probably Saturday morning boleh lah main game, but then petang, hey, let's brainstorm this a little bit. So it doesn't help that all of us here is workaholics. Doesn't help. Even when we say we want to rest, we kept saying, macam ni apa? Okay, lepas job ni, sumpah we have to rest. Sumpah
Let's
we have
go.
to rest.
Let's go genting or something. No. Hey, job masuk guys. Here we go again.
Here we go again. And yeah, we're starting. This week has been a bit relaxed this week.
Yeah.
But starting next week, boom.
Well, yeah, things are gonna ramp up balik.
Yeah. So there's so many times our mental health as well. It took very much. I'm on controlled medicine. Just for you guys, don't overwork yourself.
I think Harith us on scale of 1 to 10. I think you on 11 right now.
11. It's for some of it
Allah.
sounds like a 15.
But I see what's important is that a bit cliche, but we have each other. Kan?
Yeah, nakama guys.
Nakama power.
Nakama.
Yes, that's pretty much it. There's so many times. All of us here have broken down at some point,
Yeah.
but it's each of us have to be there for each other. That's what teammates are for. It's if the work, they don't care about us, but we have each other. If we die in the work, they can find someone else to do the work. But if you die overworking yourself, there's no replacing you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Please
So
take
yeah, this
care
is
of
a
your
message
health.
to
Nakama.
myself. Yeah,
Nakama.
This message is brought to you by.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's how.
Alright.
All
Let's get
right.
on with the next question, Elise. Would you be
Okay.
on that?
All right. So, before I start with the next question, just a friendly reminder for Sem 4 and Sem 4 diploma and degree students, you have entrepreneurship for that course. So, I hope you please focus if you want to establish a studio, and like I think if you guys nak macam buka any studio, or like you want to proceed in like any further or bigger projects, like find friends, find yang you guys can click. Macam do you guys know what I'm thinking? Okay, okay dah buat kerja, okay dah boom.
Yang
Alright.
penting is to have the right people around you. Have the right circle.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
those that can support you on your lowest days and will celebrate with you in your high days. Juga. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the friends you meet along the way. Alamak.
Alamak.
Cliche.
It's not about the destination,
There is no treasure. Your friends
Mhm.
are the treasure.
Your friends are the treasure. Ah, yeah.
Yep. Alright, so that's that. I'll go with the next question. Yang Q&A dengan students tu hold dulu, ramai sangat tanya questions
Oh,
dah.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Sabar, ada
Sabar,
nanti, ada
sabar,
nanti.
sabar. Ada nanti, don't worry.
We have a
Okay,
session for you all, Nandi.
yep. So the next question is, was UITM your first choice back in the day? Did you guys think of studying overseas? Let's say if you tak plan to study overseas, maybe do you guys have like other unis yang nak masuk rather than UITM, macam apa classroom ataupun the one academy ke
Mhm.
or
Oh,
anything?
that one that made the Pixar movies. Ugh.
Hmm.
How do I say this? UiTM di hatiku bersatu. So okay, for me, it's a bit different for each of us. For me, UiTM was my first choice for my diploma and my degree. I got my diploma in UiTM Lendu for New Media Communications and Contempreneurship, MC 111, the program code. So that was my first choice. Degree is also my first choice. UiTM. Actually, my masa dalam isi borang tu, first choice dekat degree UiTM Animation, yang second choice screen. Yeah, so memang sampai nombor 5 pun memang semua UiTM lah. So I think for me, UiTM was my first choice.
Like for me, I actually it was for my degree, but for my diploma, I was in architecture, Polytechnic Sabah where I actually picked UiTM for in graphic design, where I was interested in what they offer, which was they have majorings within graphic design, which is advertising, graphic design, multimedia, and the one I wanted to enter was illustration. So yeah.
I mean, for me, just like Imran juga, from Poly, but I'm from Poly Perlis. UiTM wasn't really my first choice lah. For a reason that I can't really say. The circumstances at that time, I'm not allowed to enter UiTM yet, which is why I'm like 1 year older than Hakim, because I, I got in UiTM a little bit late. So, I had to meet Rayuan and whatnot. So,
Mm-hmm.
there's that lah. Wasn't really my first choice. I think it was still Poly juga. And then I got here.
But I think all three of us here can agree that it doesn't really matter where you go. It's just a place. It's just a place for you to study. It's just a place and time. You can go to like Harvard, you can go to Oxford, you can go to all the prestigious universities. But if you're lazy and you're not passionate in what you're doing, it's the same. So I think all of us agree that
Yeah, that's
it really
what
doesn't matter where you go,
the
It's what you
university.
do at the time. Kasi itu.
True.
what you do with the time, what you do with the friends, what you do with
I
even
think
the subjects.
yeah, as you're studying, you always have to remember what happens after you study. Like memang kena, for me, like personally, what I masuk ATM was to give me time to hone my craft. It was the time like that where I had like resources around me, I had people around me that can push me further. And memang during those 3 years when I was in graphic design, it really I learned valuable lessons like even like social skills even and like leading. Those things I don't think you I can it's important to be in that environment, I would say. And just use what you have and use the time that you're given to push what you were already like what you want to achieve nanti after you graduate. Yeah.
Yep. So doesn't really to just think it's more of the time what you do with the time is more valuable than what I think it really matters with the subject. You need to be interested in the course itself. I think that's what matters more than the university. If you go to a different university but the course you tak minat, then it doesn't matter. You just pilih course yang betul. I think that's the important thing. You can pilih the right course for you.
Macam the university will provide you all the orang kata apa facility, right? But if you don't
Tenaga
use it, what's the
pengajar.
point, right? Make use of what the university gives lah.
University, I think memang it's the place for you to fail a lot. Don't be afraid to fail. Memang just do whatever.
Yeah.
Just go all out.
Tapi
It's-
janganlah tidur. Betul tak konten kelas.
I think what we're trying to say here, go crazy, but I'm not saying go crazy as in just YOLO, sleep, don't do your assignment. No, do your assignment, guys.
We did it. Kasih
Yeah.
to you. Yeah, it's important. Yeah, the course is important. Boleh minat memasak, minat masuk culinary kat mana-mana university. I think if you want to talk about like the QS World Rankings and all that, it's tak boleh kot. Kalau kita nak tengok kalau kita nak compare world rankings kan.
Yeah,
Boleh.
that's-
Tapi apapun guys, UiTM di hatiku. Tak sabar nak grad ni.
tak gerak-gerak lagi ni.
Tak grad ni.
I see. All right.
Alright,
Okay.
it's my turn now. This is the next question is kind of similar to what the last question, so I'm gonna have to skip that. It's about like you said before, like you were in the company before you made the studio. This question was about like have you wondered was joining another studio before making the studio? I think you already answered that type of question, right?
Tapi macam mana it's like,
Yeah, we did actually. Me and Bubble actually did enter a previous studio before we started this studio. But Imran was thinking about it.
I was thinking of joining like local. I mean, there was two paths for me within the industry with the skill set that I have. With whether I want to also the animation industry or the game industry, where I actually I did intern at a local 2D animation company as the BG artist, but I had a choice there. But opportunity came before I dapat send my resumes and portfolios and stuff like that.
I think I was
Kalau nak
lucky enough.
establishing our studios overseas, itu we're getting on it.
Yeah.
We're getting on it.
Inshallah.
Boleh.
We're waiting a call from Riot Games and maybe Marvel.
Right, games. I don't know, Bandai
Inshallah.
Namco seems kind of nice. Bandai Namco.
Bandai, yeah.
Main aku dia just establish here. Juga.
Yeah, so to answer your question, me and Bubble did enter and even was thinking about it.
But you stick to your guns and just went out with the studio, right?
Yep.
That is very commendable. Legit.
Thank you.
All right. It's okay. Inshallah, you guys will achieve your dream studio, entering Riot Games, working alongside the
Yeah.
top people kan. Tak apa,
Yeah.
inshallah.
Might collab.
I've heard
Inshallah. I mean,
you're doing the project L, the one with the fighting games. Hopefully,
yeah.
we'll see you
I've seen
there.
that.
Man.
Hopefully, we'll see you there. Just making the games.
All right. Okay. So next question. Regarding the art style that you have to adapt, what was your biggest inspiration?
Oh, this one Imran.
It's usually for projects. As the one who leads for pre-production, I usually have to memang lead the charge in determining the art style and have to memang kena adapt lah with. And in regards of adapting, it really depends on what the client wants and what the project is. But more often than not, we would be inspired by like it was like tadi lah, mega companies like Riot Games for inspiration. I think just the notion of macam nak imitate or challenge them in creating their art style and adapting and manipulating it from there. It's I like the push. I like the memang kita nak push lah, memang kenakan dengan the project. Other than Riot Games, memang like I think companies like The Line Animation ataupun Fortich Production yang baru buat Arcane hari tu, kita memang inspired gila lah.
Yeah,
And
that
we wish to sampai that
That
prestige and level.
Yeah. Right games are definitely our benchmark.
Every time they keluarkan something, I'm so jealous. Memang
We
watch it
study the
together.
review so hard. Yeah.
Study that.
We will
the-
study.
Study
yeah.
frame by frame. Oh, this frame. Look at the impact frame here. Look at the anticipation. Look, blah blah blah. We will study it. So yeah.
Study and look it up. Who did the animation?
Yeah. FYI, what we did for Tak Sangka, we did for 7 people. Apa tu yang anything from Riot Games, the compositors alone dah lagi ramai daripada kita orang yang buat the whole MV.
So, maybe in the future we'll have the
Mm.
people lah, and
Yeah.
hopefully I believe us Malaysia sendiri, we have the pool of talents.
We have so much talent.
We have so much talents. Just nak kena ni lah, kena cungkil lah. And
Dapatkan that
Dapatkan.
opportunity. Yeah.
Even from
Kalau-
you
kalau
guys in the
we have
audience, right?
if we have so much more talent, we can do so much more. Dapatkan kita boleh tu lah. Kalau the fact that we got to at least we really believe that we have a long way to at least match their capacity, but we are proud that even with 7 people we could achieve probably 30 to 40% of their visuals.
The Riot Games has experience since the World of Warcraft in times. They're like the company
they-
that was made from World of Warcraft, like the mod. And then they went on making either the other one is LOL, other one is Dota 2. Riot Games was creating LOL.
Yep.
Dota was okay to evolve, so they have a lot more experience. So don't put yourself down. You guys are really great. Just starting out just for 1 year, and there's already like a MV that's bustling with viewers. That is honestly like mind blowing.
Thank you so much. I mean, we can tell in regards to the client's reaction when we proposed the concept. Then
yeah. They had doubts on us. Like, can you guys really do this? We showed them apa MV.
Giants.
We showed them Giants,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were like, can you guys really do this? Oh, kita orang dah macam,
You wait.
you wait. You wait. We can do this, but at the cost of
You guys insanity.
at the cost of our sanity. This was our mood board. You can look at Bubbles screen. So this is what we proposed to them. Semua ni Riot Games. And yeah, we took inspiration from The Greatest Showman, Netflix.
Yeah,
We
specifically for
chose-
Tak Sangka.
Yeah, specifically for Tak Sangka. This was
Like
the mood board.
designing the wardrobe itself, memang pakai banyak. Get some input from the artists themselves, tapi juga as creatives, as the artists, we have the the eyes untuk make it work. So we take the input and we take our own input and try to work something there. And we tunjuk client and they okay. Yeah.
Well, what's really good for MV for us is because banyak clients that we get in MVs, they give us creative freedom. So it's not kalau macam this different than corporate clients. They're very rigid. They know what they want. They want like this. There's like corporate Bible that we cannot.
Brand guidelines.
Corporate Bible.
Yeah, it is a term. Like,
Is it too?
It's
yeah, you guys have Bible. Yeah, that's what we will ask from like corporate clients. You guys
for
also
us
Bible?
Firepulse pun ada. We have our design Bible. Kita
Yeah,
nampak.
design Bible.
It's basically the macam design language punya book that if you want to do like something animation, let's say for Petronas, right? They have this book they call it like design Bible tu kan. They will show okay font apa dia orang pakai,
Yeah,
color apa, what's the color code, where the position of the logo can be. Like you cannot put the logo on certain thing. That's the design Bible lah, basically.
It's very established and memang linear lah in the corporate sense. For MVs, we can
Yeah.
go all out.
That's that we love doing MVs, and we wish to continue doing MVs for. Hopefully, we're gonna reach the international market. We're currently actually doing link video, yeah, for an international artist. Just tunggulah nanti.
Yeah.
Okay. Jangan cakap apa-apa.
Not doing anything, but international artist. So yeah, we love MVs because it really gives us room to explore creativity.
That's important for us creatives juga. The creative satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a corporate, we have to like, oh, you guys want like this. Kita dah buat, and then oh, tak boleh ada logo dia ni, tak boleh ada kat belah sini, color ni tak boleh pakai, ni tak boleh pakai, blah 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 blah. And we have to go through so much hierarchy, corporate hierarchy. That's so hard. With MVs, they trust us. It's how it should be actually, and we hope to change that in corporate strategies as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Is your turn, Alice?
Alright, since if I look back at the questions, I think macam dah dijawab because I think most of you guys are inspired by Riot Games, League of Legends, Arcane, Dota, and so on. Well, maybe I could ask, maybe sebab you never know, probably like when you were younger, probably you were inspired by this. But by any chance, was anime a big part of your art style? Because some of us like grew up macam, like I personally grew up with Digimon and Pokemon. So I was wondering if you, Imran, you ada inspired tak by anime, macam let's say Yu Yu Hakusho, Slam Dunk, something?
Honestly, and I feel like anime is like an art punya movement right now.
Yeah, I would say at the core of it, as a Asian myself, memang anime like the Japanese style, memang the bloom, ada banyak bloom clean and style and ada memang ada inspiration lah juga.
We actually do take a lot of inspiration from anime compositions.
Yeah,
per se.
composition in that sense macam composition and macam cinematography.
Yeah, cinematography from like
ada.
Akira, Ghost in the Shell, those kind of. Me and Bubble, we're very deep into like sci-fi stuff. So like, yeah, Ghost in the Shell, apa lagi, Cowboy Bebop and all that. We take a lot of inspiration from like decomposition of the scenes, like what's within the mise en scène.
It's not like literally. I think I don't know. Some people would think like, okay, you take from anime style, and I'm not talking about anime style as in how the face looks like. Right? Okay, it's more of a composition, the editing styles, the story that we were trying to tell.
If you want to talk about like facial features in the anime style, even like I would say anime style sendiri it's like very broad. It's a very broad term, and themselves pun banyak experiment with their own industry juga. And it doesn't hurt for us to like take inspiration and try to seep in what we know within our own country, our own culture juga. Yeah.
Because even in, I think, the music video Berani,
That's very anime.
we took a lot of inspiration from anime for that
Yeah,
one.
K-on.
Even the school hallway, we was like, okay, look at this
Tapi
picture, right? I was like,
but if you
wow.
guys notice yang kita orang buat hallway itu dekat Vita tau. Kau
Nampak
perasan?
perasan.
Yeah, like,
Berani lah. Itu. Dewan Kuliah 1.
I mean, I can say macam like the initial clients punya desires was to make memang like facial features macam anime, but I tried to explain to them and memang it got through them where boleh buat anime, but it's important for them as artists untuk orang kenal juga some features and resemblance of dia punya muka dalam artwork tu. So like for example, like often they're not anime dia banyak pakai like they tukar colour rambut and
Yeah.
just macam tukar pakaian and I took a bit different direction where ada juga macam like the big eye features tapi at the same time maybe some characters actually small eyes ikut artis tu macam mana and just at the baseline is memang memang as creatives kita kena provide the right vision and style for the project.
Alright, betul. I can agree with that. So,
Definitely.
students yang tengah belajar under Sir Azhar itself, try jangan like oh kenapa tak boleh anime? No, it's just that Sir is trying to teach you to to menyelam lagi dalam art style Disney, Pixar dan semua tu. Okay, like
Yeah, branch
we
out.
seniors we all been there macam sir kenapa tak boleh kata no reject no tak boleh tak apa we all understand tapi for now try to explore art styles as you go because why you're not gonna stick with anime your whole life.
Everyone has your identity. Anime is just like part of your childhood, part of your life. Branching out is like a core part of life. If you don't, and you're just another pebble in the road.
You might be stagnant juga.
So for us motion designers pula, we for me in like CG, especially in CG and visual effects stuff, of course we look at Hollywood movies and Andrei Lebrov, the YouTuber, Peter Tarka, all the very well-known motion graphic designers, CG stuff. Beeple is one of the most prominent people. So we really don't in like illustration stuff. Anime pun not really the composition. Even like in CG, I would say like I implemented like anime punya compositions, like how the camera moves, what are the like the hierarchy of the stuff that audience will look at. Anime do that really well. So we took that,
The essence of it.
the essence of it. Yeah, that's the word.
Not literally the whole style.
like
I think people need to look beyond the style to itself. 'Cause-
beyond it, like just like see the reason why they use it juga.
yeah.
And how they use it, and you take the essence of it and implement it into your own work. As long as there's like cohesive reasoning and like pemahaman of like why I do this and like what's the reason, what's the feeling I want to give with this art style. Tu lagi penting.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright.
okay, very macam
Sorry, I was
tertanya-tanya.
moved. So I termenung sikit. I was moved.
Alright, so let me double check once again. Okay, we are a bit early than expected.
Yeah. We are done with the
maybe-
questions. Honestly.
Yeah, we're done with the questions. Like the part, like questions from us, the moderators or MCs. Our part dah habis lah. We can go with the questions from the students and whoever and anyone who has attend with today's event. But one last question from me. It's not in the question form, but
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
so I noticed from your storyboard from Bubble punya ni kan, I can see you guys punya storyboard the background hitam then the line art putih. Like apa
Oh,
like students we were taught you to use white background and like possibly any dark line art lah, and then coloured line art macam red tu nak tunjuk camera movement like dolly ke apa-apa. So do you think it's okay if you guys share with us or tell us why you use the black background for your storyboards?
I
that's one bubble. Is that's
I think
that's
I think
actually,
I think that's on me. I think
Mm.
because okay for storyboard lah kan, I don't think it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Is it if it's black or is it white? Yang penting sebenarnya is how you deliver the message. Imran is our like storyboarders lah for literally everything. He will make storyboards.
Mm-hmm.
Yang penting actually is apa Imran lukis, kita orang
Kita
faham.
faham.
Okay.
Is it if it's black, tapi kita orang faham, why not? Doesn't matter. But mostly we usually guna apa ni background putih lah juga sebenarnya.
yeah, it's black putih. Macam like for yang kat Behance tu.
I think it's on Behance yang hitam tu.
Yeah, yang Behance
I
tu
think
macam
that one is for the style.
style saja.
It's
Oh,
actually
this one,
white.
I think let me show it. Is it this one?
I mean, if you
Ah,
check
yeah,
my
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
something like that. But
Oh,
in
yeah,
honesty, I believe a black background is easy to see. Because like the white one is like the one that's popping out.
to each their own.
I'm
juga
pretty sure.
sebenarnya.
You can use yellow, green, white, or blue.
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah.
be honest, yeah.
Don't use rainbow.
Sometimes
if you
kalau
can
ada
s-
waktu, Imran will
yeah,
put
if you can see, I
colour.
will like even color just to give like a mood.
Yeah.
In the end, like just to give the compers, the animators, just the idea of like depth and what art style we're going with. Macam baru tak sangka. This one tak sangka and
Ni tak sangka.
I use red lines for movements. Just use the shot just to communicate what I envision with the director. With the director's punya ni input juga, so that we can
Ada yang guna 3D
Ada
terus.
yang guna
malah
3D
lukis.
actually.
yeah.
Sometimes we just like put apa ni download je karakter apa ni mana-mana kan. Orang lidi ke apa just letak kat tengah tu. We just pose it, tarik je like maybe move the character tu kan.
Paling
just
penting
to
lah
see the
blocking dia
movement.
betul. Where the character sits in the screen. Yep.
I see.
Macam like I will use like different colored lines just to make it clear what's moving and what's not, and what subject matter is coming to frame. Macam ni. Oh, we have a reference from KD juga.
Itu kita orang.
Yeah, we just like sometimes we even crop some pictures, just put in there.
Yeah, just
Like-
pose, pakai background kita nak buat, and like take a character pose yang kita orang rasa yang sesuai with the character with Ashraf ni lah kan masa tu. Even ramai-ramai orang pun I just use simple lines macam ni. Macam tu.
Oh, I see. All right.
It's important that the compers, the animators semua tahu where the character moves, you know, where the character should be, where the props and everything should be.
Mm-hmm.
It's important that like in the storyboard everything dah tunjuk kat situ.
And one more important thing about this project specifically is because we needed to make it more detailed, because we had to send over the storyboard to the artists themselves for them to give us a base for me to animate on, to do an act. Dia akan berlakon actually.
Yeah.
Kita ada footage.
So we did not exactly rotoscope. It's just like
It's a little bit complicated.
closely macam ni, Imran, you look at the reference footages from yang dorang dah shoot and then like animate from there. We did not exactly tekap ke apa lah. Because
Yeah,
some
I
people
think ada like some footage of we recorded from Imran. Imran, you draw the one that you draw, right? Is it on you?
Ada?
The video that you sent to me yesterday.
Macam.
Not find it.
tunjuk compositing.
Yeah, I think yeah. Okay. Maybe Oh yeah, like this one,
Which,
Imran.
I have to play with another player. Oh god, I spread it too much. So as you can see, among okay, for example, this shot specifically, I didn't have a reference footage, so I had to do it from scratch like this. Tapi what I had a reference was kepala dia, the way he was lip syncing to the music. So I kind of stitched them in that over there. Situ ah. I used the face himself. I adapt from adapt from there. Tapi the whole like body movements memang buat sendiri lah. This is like like first pass. Nak create the first pass untuk before I clean up lagi and create more in betweens. Ni dah clean up dah. Allah lajunya.
Fifteen.
This is not real time, tak ada.
Bestnya kalau real time.
Itu dah ada.
Maybe I can show juga a bit of compositing kan.
Sure.
Sekejap wanna find the right shot. Okay, I'll share screen.
This is for the bazooka shot. Bazooka shot ni pun memang it was one of the first shots we did, and it's one of the last shots with siap. Sebab it was such a hard angle. Banyak benda we have to consider, the impact frames, the drop of the beat memang kena ikut.
The bazooka, the structure of the bazooka as well.
So many bro.
Yeah, that I think this also boleh refer back to the yang macam question the anime tadi tu kan, the reference. Especially for the impact frames, we study a lot from anime, how they do the explosions and everything, to know how do you make an explosion more impactful than just throw an explosion in there.
Watched a lot of Sakuga.
Sakuga, yeah.
Sakuga.
Just put in explosion PNG in there.
I think
there's
Hakim.
impact frames here.
Okay, can you refer to Hakim's?
Boom.
See how many
Negative.
things we put negative, and then we put like very overblown, overexposed frames in there.
Right. Sorry kalau lag. Yeah. Yeah, that we took that from anime definitely. I think angle tu sendiri pun memang macam very Sakuga-ish. Yeah, I can show you guys a bit of a compositing process.
There's
So
a lot of
here-
frames. Layers.
this is
Maybe you
this
can
is-
like cheat the importance of composition.
yeah.
Compositing.
Compositing is very important. Okay, so kalau dalam shot ni, because I've seen some like dulu lah when we were studying like camera movements, ada yang buat dalam Toon Boom, right? Macam Toon Boom ke apa kan, Photoshop kan, like for us, camera movements are almost always on compositing. We do it in After Effects. So for example, this shot, we move it in 3D space.
Oh.
This is the background. Okay, sorry. Shot 53. Where's the Yoni? Ni. This Yoni. Ni dia punya shadow.
Shadow pass.
dia. Shadow pass dia. This is the flat pass lah. So the way I got the file is memang it's setempat je lah.
Like I would animate this tempat saja. I will trust the compers to refer the storyboard untuk macam mana nak gerakkan kamera juga, and maybe they'll improve the camera movement from there juga.
Yep. So more often than not, camera movement is always dekat dalam AE, and then we do macam shadow kita akan do some processing in the shadow itself juga, and even the highlights are entirely on After Effects lah. Highlights character dia. So when we combine, we get this. Sekali dengan this shot can be macam almost entirely done with compositing lah. But all the bells ni benda are different assets. I rendered all this asing-asing. Dia gerak setempat je, but the movement is in 3D space dalam After Effects, or even pakai null, scale in, scale out, just like that. Tapi ada shots yang fully CG. Fully CG shots memang just masuk dalam compositing, just put in colors or put in some post processing motion blur, deep glow. Yeah. So compositing is we very
Value.
kita orang banyak bergantung in compositing juga, even in some shots. Many of the shots ni kita animate the characters in After Effects.
Like
Yeah.
we even like the embers, they have to know a bit about compositing, so that they know what to do, what akan menyenangkan lah hidup compose ni, to compose and like stitch the final image together.
Dia sometimes bukan not just like menyenangkan hidup kompers, but it also helps juga on the animators punya side. Like you don't have to think like where the camera is gonna move, how the
You
character.
don't have to animate everything.
Yeah, you don't have to animate everything. The camera can do later, you know.
Like I'll often bounce with my teammates, which I'm like, can this be done only in After Effects? Akan sedangkan, and I can like put my efforts into making different shots.
Yeah. There's so many shots that can actually be done entirely in After Effects. So I can show you guys sekejap. I can open my After Effects for Berani, because in Berani we did a lot of After Effects animations, character animations dalam After Effects itself. Projek ni memang berat lah. Setiap kali buka kena pergi minum kopi dulu.
Boleh break sekejap.
Yeah.
I can show you yang I think animation Nur lah, the one yang dia turun. So I rigged the character in After Effects. Oh my god, 1043 files are missing. No.
Okay.
Okay, shot berapa tu?
But
50. Okay, wait
the
ah.
last shot is it?
Shot 60.
At the meantime, you guys boleh tengok bubble punya.
Yeah, I think if you guys remember the confetti scenes, right? All of this confetti, right? It came from one confetti renders, like one video. We repeat it so many times, and then we repeat it again so many times. All of this came from just one confettis, and
Yeah, well,
then
you can like change it accordingly lah. Kan, ikut.
yeah, like we repeat it again so many times in After Effects. We put some in the foreground, put some in the background.
What is this nightmare?
Yeah, we
Nose cropped it.
No scrot.
Right.
each of
So
these.
macam ni lah kalau dia, I can show you guys the animation layers and look at how I can scroll down. These are all hand
There's an endless pool of layers.
for one shot. Oh my
for one shot. Yeah.
It's my job as well to create the assets untuk dorang anime, for them to gerak-gerakkan. And I think especially for Berani, I really macam like the kelopak mata, the sclera, the inside of the eyes, the iris, the mouth, the hidung, semua asing. Even the ears, the strands of hair, the neck.
Nah, tengoklah Tan, bayangkanlah nampak different they're animated
Maybe
in
we
After
can
Effects.
show code like how the flow works kan. Yang Imran lukis, how do you draw in Photoshops, like
You guys should.
how
Yeah.
if I show one project file here and let's pick a shot say Rani shot, let's say come on guys, pick a shot. Do you guys remember which?
52 was the hardest one.
52 was the hardest one. Okay, let's see.
Ambil hujung bel. Banyak yang AE.
Okay, so this is where Imran akan animate dekat dalam tumbum. Dia akan animate and then dia akan bagi dekat embers, which is ada lagi 3 orang akan colorkan karakter tu.
Akan clean up, akan colourkan, and if need be, before that, dia kena buat in between lah.
And then they will export it macam Okay, what I have here is just a rough lah. Oh, Imran, there's only rough with me, man.
Ni 52 memang.
52, okay, this is like Imran, dia akan buat rough ni dulu. This is a reference for me later on untuk buat dalam 3D, dalam Blender. For that shot. Dia macam dalam berani yang kamera berbusing at the end tu.
I think you can check shot 37, Bubble.
37.
Ah.
37.
37 is dia terbang tu. Dia
Oh,
tai.
right, that's why.
This project, guys, is really crazy for us. Yang berani something like we've never done. Tak sangka it's 3D CG background, so of course it takes time to render, but the computer renders it. But for Bernie, you have to render the background for every shot. And even if it's a ballad, it has only a couple shots less than Tak Sangka. Tak Sangka was pop based. So this is actually
70
crazy.
something, right?
There's so many, way more shots than we need to actually.
And plus, having 4 characters to animate in one shot kills me. Like when I see the character sheet, nampak 4 orang. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, so yeah, after like from here, Imran and the Embers akan like fill the colors, clean up and everything, and then they will export it jadi
Embers yang
Jadi-
tolong ni banyak lah. They help clean it. They went through my drawings and tolong like small dots, like line-line terkeluar, they don't fixkan.
That was an issue.
it was an issue
Orang kena
since Lepas Cinta. So
Just
okay.
needed more manpower.
Yeah, okay. So macam daripada sini, like, and then bila kita orang compose, kita orang gabungkan semua ni dengan background and everything. Dan berani ni kita, the background is actually in 3D. A lot of it.
Yeah, we use projection mapping. This is where kita double our hands itu nak jadi Riot Games Malaysia.
Where we put texture on top of 3D.
Sebab kan kalau
assets.
korang notice like Arcane kan they do painted if texture is on a 3D surface. So all the lighting and the like all the bumps ke, all the scratches ke, it's all hand illustrated, hand painted. So this is kind of similar. We had to project and then we had to color.
Yeah, this is like the process for macam yang the short deserts yang awal tu kan. Yang berani. This is the first painting that I did. I was like, okay, doesn't look good. So macam mula-mula we only decided that certain tempat je yang akan jadi 3D. But as time goes on, kita orang decide macam, you know what, the rest of them look good. And then bila kita hand painted, it looks so different. So here comes the changes sikit-sikit. Okay, this is dah start jadi 3D. Tapi yang ni nampak sangat 3D dia kan. So we hand painted on top of it, colors, and then we put some aside from, I think I'm surprised that no one noticed yet, at least in the comments. Some assets were used from Tak Sangka. As you guys see, this is the background character, the background statue in the
Badut.
Tak Sangka
Ada
music
badut.
video.
Yeah, the badut.
So
Oh.
We want to make like what studio Firepulse cinematic universe. So the
That's a small callback to previous words we got. Yeah.
So macam ni daripada 3D, kita orang render yang ni, and then kita orang letak macam painterly effect sikit, nak nampak macam
Yeah, they are Easter eggs. If you guys look closely,
Yeah.
muka kita orang ada dalam MV tu.
ni pun we rendered this and then we hand painted dalam Photoshop. Nampak dalam Photoshop ni semua ada.
So all in all, working hours per day more than 10 hours.
Yeah.
More than that. 12.
It's like some days even like we would say good night, but actually we're still working.
Good night tapi tengok kat Discord, yes online.
Tanya buat apa?
Sikit lagi. Sebelum nak tidur aku nak render dulu.
Ni basically ni kan nampak daripada 3D. This is the 3D render, and then I just paint a little bit kat atas dia bagi nampak macam ada imperfection, Nampak macam ada brush stroke sikit kan. The difference there. It makes a lot of difference bila dah masuk dalam 3D actually.
It blends with the illustration juga and the whole art style. Like some backgrounds are actually painted, kan? So we
Yeah.
need to like make that consistent.
You guys can see this is the
Ni Mama ni pakai blender
He's our 3D modeler.
software
Kita orang
works.
bergaduh fighting sampai sekarang kita orang fighting. Because I use Cinema 4D and this guy uses Blender, so it's very different. Blender kan free.
Dia tak suka software free. So, okay, as you guys can see kan, nampak cakap background dia. Sebenarnya, kan,
Sosok dia pun.
so heavy, kan. So, kalau korang rasa macam dah lagi lebih sikit tu, wait till you guys like start
Okay,
working.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
It's getting
Getting
there.
there.
It's getting there. So,
Yes.
okay. Dalam ni, this is the one that I hand painted sikit dekat atas dia. On top of the render, you guys can see the brush strokes and everything kan. It makes a lot of difference dalam shot. This is the shot yang Imran dah animate. Shot.
This was one of the first ones, I think. Juga.
Yeah, I think yang for example like let's say demo yang first shot nombor 1. That one yang ada banyak tadi. Ni yang ada ni, the one that I painted here. Di sini.
I mean, if you want to like tunjuk yang lebih gah lagi yang 52 berapa? Tapi besar sangat. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I can show really. Yeah, this shot dalam frame dia akan nampak nice. Tapi bila kita paint dekat situ kita tak perasan sangat.
Look at how slow. You bubble.
No.
This is where we invest in like proper equipment so that we can do work faster. Basically, you improve your equipment, you buy time. You buy time for yourself.
Especially in CG stuff.
Yeah, this is basically the whole. See all of this, it looks hand painted a little bit, right? Yeah. In different angle. See, this is where you learn mise en scène, right? But yang dalam frame saja yang penting. So behind the man, it's a mess.
Kat tepi sikit, atas sikit, kiri kanan sikit. Bunga memang tak jadi lah.
You just have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Given the time frame juga lah.
It's a mess. What's important is inside the frame. So inside the frame, they look nice. Behind, it's a mess.
It's a mess. Yeah.
It's a mess. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. Right. Thank you for the question.
Yeah. Panjang pun.
That was a long tangent, but I like it.
Yeah.
We were actually on time. We're not early anymore.
Nice.
There was an amazing like in-depth look on everything that you have done. I learned a lot from it.
Great.
Now I'm excited to do my homework.
It's time to learn 3D Blender. If you guys have the time.
And now we're suffering in Maya.
Oh. I get you.
I mean, it's free, I guess. Alright.
Yeah.
So I think it's time for us to like check the chat box for questions then.
Sure thing.
Alright. Let me just scroll all the way to the top.
Alright. Alright. Before we start, Hakim.
Yes.
Earlier before we start with the event, you presented like a 1-minute video. Remember?
Yeah.
So one of the lecturers in here, Professor or Puan Nariza herself, asked if she could have the link to that.
Sure. No,
Alright,
no problem.
nanti
We will upload it.
Alright, nanti you can just personal message me the link. Nanti I'll hantar the link to Pick.
Alright, no problem.
Alright. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Hari, we can start with the Q&A session with the students now.
Alright, I just found a question. It's from Alia Rozaidi. Dia tanya, is there any
Hmm.
advice, things that you wish you know before you enter the industry professionally? Can you share it with us?
Apa eh?
So,
I think we wish we knew how much of a toll it takes on in our souls. How much it sucks you emotionally. Because you have no we have no downtime to rest. Maybe like 1 week, but we all know 1 week is not enough to recover. Yeah, itu satu benda we wish we knew how, so that we could have prepared more mentally uh before we
Yeah,
started all
and
this.
plan things more like cater to our own health juga
Mm.
kan. Sebab at the end of the day, kalau kita tak ada, we're not there to do it, who's like project tak jadi juga.
Mm.
like, yeah, I think health is very, very important sebab
Mhm.
by the time bila kita dalam kerja in a team especially, right? If one of you falls,
Everyone
like,
falls.
who
A
is going
cog
to cover?
in the
Yeah,
machine.
Mm.
all of us have to work together. Let's say if Hakim falls during tak sangka, there will be no explosions, CG shot, right?
Background tak ada.
Yeah, background tak siap. I see. It's important to take care of you, like of yourself.
It's
That-
something that we realized just a few months back, after all of us have been dried out.
Burnt out.
We have been
Hangus.
so burnt out. Apa dia dalam cerita tu, like the ones who burns the brightest, burns the fastest. It's not to say that we're the brightest, but we definitely did put almost 300% all of our efforts in it, and with zero regards to our health. So
that time where you eat Maggie, you drink
energy drinks,
energy
Yeah,
drinks.
push
Mon-
yourself.
Hakim made a
Monsters.
tower out of that, man.
I am still recovering. Please pray for my health. Yeah, just we just wish how we knew about that. So that we could have planned a bit better
I
in terms of that.
yeah, if there's like one more thing, it's probably yeah, teamwork. I
Teamwork.
think if let's say just make friends, basically make good friends, you know. If it weren't for Hakim in degree, if I didn't meet him, and if I were like just senyap-senyap je duduk dekat belakang, tak nak berkawan, kan, I don't think I'd be here lah, basically. I think, yeah.
Oh,
It's the people you meet along the way.
Yeah, people you meet along the way, man.
Like treasure, like jodoh pertemuan tu, it's something very special. And like treasure that. And tengok take what you can. And siapa nak pergi. Tapi siapa nak stay with you and continue the journey with you, stay on. And sama-sama kita jalan benda tu.
Yeah, the true homies.
True homies.
Homies, man.
right.
Oh,
Next
yeah.
question.
Right.
Alright.
It's getting sentimental.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit sad now.
Oh, man.
Okay, so next question is from Nukman Amirul, one of our seniors in Vita. Nukman. Soalan dia very panjang, so I'll cakap sepatah-sepatah lah, so I hope you guys can catch up.
Okay.
Okay, so he asks, all of you might be very new to the industry as you are baru habis belajar and all, which brings me to my question. In your opinion, what is your best piece of advice on working as an animation people during MCO? Do you think the work from home situation opens doors for us people of this work line, or the other way around? What are your what are your toughest challenges when doing production as bekas pelajar? And kalau ni Nukman dia tanya, and kalau nak jadi Empress juga boleh ke kalau diberikan peluang?
Boleh hantar
Oh,
resume ni.
okay.
Okay, I think this is a good question.
Yeah.
I
This
think
is regarding
sometimes-
the MCO.
yeah, MCO for us, it's a double-edged sword. There are jobs that we couldn't have got if not for the MCO.
Mhm.
And there are jobs that are cancelled because of the MCO. So it's a double-edged sword for us.
Hmm.
Macam like MVs, I think MVs especially lah sebab people, they can't shoot. They cannot have a shooting, right? So they resort to other ways, which is animation. And there goes our music video animation entry. But there are also jobs yang memang because there's stuff that we had to memang yang kena shoot and we had to do visual effects on top of it, macam memang CG lah. Tapi tak boleh shoot, so cancel. So memang it opens doors as well as it closes doors.
But I guess for the animation industry, it's something I would say it's a chance. It's satu peluang yang kita kena ambilnya, take advantage of. We cannot dilly-dally, and memang this is the time for us to show what we animation students can do and what quality of work that we can bring forth. And that's not like change the perspective of the public of what animation can be. And it's not only for kids. It can be for like any type of medium that we desire to be. And the projects that we do with memang niat tu memang kita nak ubah industri lah, kan? And this is our chance, I would say, honestly.
Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question.
Mhm.
Mr. Nukman.
I think there's a second question, right? Apa?
Yeah, that was the second question from the
That
chat.
was the second.
Honestly, and from my take of you guys cakap tadi, like since the lack of animation when you studio that is very very big in Malaysia, like this, I can only count a handful that I know. I think this is a really big chance for you guys to go big very fast.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like it's like if you go to Japan, that's just too many to count. But if you go to Malaysia, you just don't know that much. Like there are some games like Metronomic that does like straight rows. Yeah, that was a good one.
For the game industry, what do?
Yeah, for the game industry, like that one, like since it was a really good game that went international, they went big very fast because like they are like the only ones in Malaysia. So I think there's a good chance for you guys.
We're definitely tapping into a market or niche that we enjoy, so to speak. We would want to continue to push forwards to become bigger and to be well known more internationally, and hopefully get like more international clients.
I mean,
Amin.
right now this is from Nukman. I'm gonna just say person. What are your future project will be, and will you all stick to MV production?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
good question juga.
You
We
work on-
definitely would love to stick. Not really stick lah, but because we believe that macam I think we've said this earlier, because MVs give us creative freedom. It's essentially a short film without a dialogue, and you can go bonkers creatively. So we definitely love doing MVs, and we want to go further in music videos. Hopefully, do for international
But
artists.
I would say juga, that's just like one branch. We will still stick in that. We'll still dip our hands in that cookie jar, but we
Ultimately,
would.
of course, we want our own.
Yeah, we want our
IP.
own IP. We want our own product, and hopefully we can pull the talents into buat. And
Yep.
there's definitely plans into our own in-house stuff, but it's in the making.
It's in the making. Yep.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Really.
Keep an eye.
Okay, so next question. It's very similar to Nukman's.
Okay.
It's very similar to Senpai Nuk punya question. This question is from Muhammad Daniel. Do you have any plan or projects in the future to create something other than music videos, or does Firepulse is a studio that just creates music videos only?
No, currently,
No.
yeah, macam tadi je, we want to create our own IPs. That's our ultimate goal. But even now, we're doing corporate stuff. We just don't really
Showcase it as
we
much.
really just don't really showcase it that much. If you guys tengok dalam showreel tadi tu, there are a number of like corporate and advertisement stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think kita orang dapat, we really get to show what we can do in MVs. So mungkin many orang nampak kita orang through MVs kan, but we do a lot of corporate. We deal a lot with corporate clients juga.
And
see.
speaking of the future, memang as we said before, like earlier tadi, we're merging with Atypical, and then there's definitely us as a studio kat situ nanti memang kita, the key is to make a product. Memang satu IP yang can sustain ourselves and hopefully that we can share lah in the future. But it's gonna take some time. It's because we're already in the MV industry and we'll still ride that wave for now.
Yep.
So
I
many plans
see.
for the future.
And I think given the in the near future, at the future, we'll gather more talents, more like brains, creative brains to push something that will make Misha proud. Inshallah.
We definitely would love to have more people on board, and we will be on it if any of you shows any interest in us, and we will take your if korang nak, we will take it seriously. Memang kita orang nak tahun depan, insyaallah.
Yep.
Right. Next question. This is from Najib Bazarun, our batch. How did your families react to opening your own studio right after studying? He said that it was a pretty risky move, so he wanted to know like their decisions.
I see. Then again, how about yours?
Alhamdulillah, but okay, it's different for each of us lah.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, alhamdulillah, my family was very supportive. Matter of fact, I stayed in my parents' house, and I work in my room, on my home office in my room. Alhamdulillah, they were very supportive. Tak ada pun diorang macam have any doubts on me ke apa. Dia just like, okay, just do whatever you want. If even in financially pun diorang kata, if tak ada cukup duit ke apa ke, just tell them. Alhamdulillah, I love my mom and dad. If mak kat sini ke, mak, love you, mak.
Hello, I'm in TV, ma.
Restu ibu tu penting. Restu ibu tu.
Yeah.
Betul.
Like family reaction. I think given how throughout the years dia memang dah kecil rebel lah. Like ayah dia kecil suruh jadi doktor, melukis je kan. So it was not a surprise to them for me to open my own studio. But they do have like some like times dia akan tanya, like they will ask macam, betul ke ni kan? Do you have the plans out? Dah betul ke? Like they risau as macam my own well-being and how would I survive out there. And that's very understandable because we've been living with them, like I've been living with them for most of my life, and not keluar daripada the house too. It's really learning and bittersweet experience juga.
Amirul dan Jihan?
I think for me lebih kurang macam Imran juga sebab this brings back daripada awal lagi lah, because my dad supports nak jadi apa pun. Mula-mula nak jadi macam electrical engineering punya field. So I learned a few dekat situ, but then quickly I was like, you know what, I wanna animate. I wanna see beautiful things. My mom initially tak support. Macam biasa lah kan, tapi macam my mom nak belajar dulu jadi doktor and everything kan. But eventually okay, listen to your parents I think, so but eventually they terima lah, because I don't want to be a doctor. I want to see beautiful things. I don't want to see blood. Kan? Dia macam okay, so that also brings back to yang macam the day I quit my job tu pun yang it's a leap of faith. Balik rumah, my mom already asked me, dah berhenti kerja ke? So macam okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Mom.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mom.
Mom.
Oh, finally support.
Aku nak makan apa ni? Aku nak makan apa?
Nak makan
Habis
apa
berat.
ni? Duduk rumah Pabi berat eh. Jadilah isu macam tu kan. Tapi Alhamdulillah things are going well so far.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So, the next question is still from the same person, which is Najib Bashirun. How do you recharge when something you like doing, like creating art, is the one draining your energy now? Meaning, like currently right now you're doing projects kind, like
Mhm.
definitely it will drain your energy. So how do you recharge?
Oh, Valorant.
Valorant, let's go.
Like,
Valorant
some
is
people
our
games.
go-to activity.
I just say give
Oh, okay.
Like for me personally, when I do art, if tengok benda yang sama je at the same time, it's draining juga lah. It's very like tiring. So what I do is I draw other stuff. I'll do other mediums of art. Maybe I'm rendering, but I'll try to slip in like I'll do some animations in between. Ataupun when I'm doing animation, I'll do some renders. Ataupun do some concepts for myself, so that my eyes sentiasa fresh with new art, and go through like watch videos. Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, watching film helps. Like,
Yeah. Dramas, tengok Arcane and all that.
yeah, yeah.
Macam, yeah. So same for me pun macam if what compositing is sometimes it's therapeutic, but sometimes it's very draining. So if I'm drained with that project, I would try to like just what compositing for other stuff, just do art. Because yeah, I think all of us here art people loves doing art and we like to see beautiful things come alive. So apart from playing games and watching films and all that, we do art. We just create art. That's not related to the project whatsoever.
It's for your own personal like perspective and gain. Yeah.
Dia macam each of us ada different way lah. For me personally macam isolate myself sometimes, just stay in the room, look at the sky through the window.
Yeah, see some grass.
See some grass, man.
Sometimes
Like,
we take walks and just
yeah, take a
jogging.
walk. Just
Yeah.
jog helps a lot. I learned that recently sebenarnya. 'Cause all of us were so burnt out by the recent project kan. Dia macam, let's pukul 5 kan. Okay, let's just go take a walk.
Just go for a walk. Yeah.
Let's just take a 20-minute walk. Malam-malam ke dulu
Ambil
jalan.
angin.
Yeah, even sometimes malam-malam me and Hakim would go to the like taman and just duduk terbuai. Talk about
Tengok
life.
bintang, mengenang kenangan lalu. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
just normal.
I think the
life
baseline
outcome.
is like make sure you change perspectives. Ataupun change what you see, and for you to take a step back and think of what you're doing. Kadang-kadang it really helps. Macam like for example, when you're like illustrating, when you're drawing, you've been drawing that same drawing for like for the whole day. To be take a step back, ada benda salah kan, baru perasan. So macam like it's similar to macam like you flipping the drawing itself, to see the mistakes. It's quite literally changing perspective, tengok at a different angle. I think everyone should learn how to do that. Ataupun find their safe spot, ataupun find methods untuk tukar their own perspective.
Yeah.
All in all nanti main Valorant
Oh, wow.
Dah arcade tu tak nak main league ke?
Dah lama tinggalkan dah. Retire lah.
Alright, let's get on to the next question. This is from Izati. How do you charge your works from your client to your clients?
Oh, okay. Good.
That's a good question.
Okay. There's multiple factors in this. First and foremost is to know what you're worth.
Mhm.
I think this is very, very important. I think for us to convey to you guys is if a client comes and do not meet your budget, don't do it. This, or at least if okay, say it's too much, too different from your expectation. Meet them if the client cannot meet you at their at your budget, you do not have the obligation to meet them at their deliverables.
Mhm.
Faham tak?
Basically maksudnya macam if client
Have a
tak bayar
sticker.
banyak, if client tak bayar like how much you want, you don't have to like keep your standards so high. Kiranya macam like you don't have to deliver gila lah.
It's
You give
def-
them what they pay you.
yeah, there's definitely a conversation between you and the other pihak untuk find a middle ground so that both of the parties win. Tapi in terms of macam like determining your price itself too, I would say memang it's per project juga.
Per project.
It's per project where there's like lots of things to consider, macam how
Sometimes,
urgent and
yeah.
like how maybe the art style itself is very hard to execute. Benda tu akan influence the pricing.
Yep.
And for us to speak and like give like a standardized harga tu,
it's impossible.
it's really hard. It depends.
Yeah, there's no
We-
like tak ada harga tetap for art basically.
It's very, very ambiguous lah. Memang every project is different. Deliverable lain-lain, masa lain-lain, nak apa benda yang dalam visual tu lain-lain. So we just and lagi satu yang paling penting is to look at the market. Study the market, study ask around people, experience people how much it's worth. This is worth. You can just like gauge. Given the experienced people will have a gauge of a price, insight or over the overall price. There is an overall price, but yeah, we definitely have
it
to stick around in
jumps.
that. It jumps, yep. And time is money.
Time is money. Like especially if like macam like they ask for something hard and they want it in 3 days. Even if you like charge berapa banyak pun, if the thing cannot be done, it cannot be done. So
Yeah.
you have to like consider time as well juga.
There's no point in like ambil job tu like 1 juta pun, but if you tak siap, what's the point, right? You cemar nama sendiri, susahkan klien, akan jadi macam tu lah.
So learn how to say no lah kan je. Yeah, macam just stick your ground.
It will not only affect you, it will also affect like the whole industry juga.
Yeah.
If you charge so low for such good work, not only the client will think, oh, I don't have to pay much. This is cheap. Not for you, it might be fine lah, but for the next person
Like
in
goes through
line,
the client.
yeah, the client will come to the like let's say your junior kan, baru habis study. Dia pandai buat this animation. But then the client, let's say the same client yang pernah ada experience kan, yang orang charge dia rendah, datang kat dia, tapi kenapa why you charge so high? Kenapa yang ni
Padahal like the other day I dapat ni kan.
Macam tu.
it will hurt other people as well. So think about it juga lah kot. Pasal
There'll be a phase where they'll like you guys akan berunding pasal harga. And during that phase is when you like ada peluang untuk buat research, there's a chance untuk tanya-tanya orang and tanya orang industri. Memang kena before nak buat quotation kan.
Yep.
Give yourself time juga untuk fikir. Jangan just don't shoot the price terus. Kadang-kadang memang they will ask for the price. But you have to stick your ground. Kata macam we have to do our research and then kena tengok macam mana dulu.
We usually have our own operandi lah, macam if a
Rule of
client
thumb.
comes, we will just ask this amount of questions to at least gauge how much the region of the price.
I think adalah basic, orang kata apa, basic basic template tu ada jugalah sebenarnya, macam no matter senang projek tu, kalau projek tu ambil masa lama,
Bank
There's-
like a simple animation but it's like 3 hours. Tak boleh kat.
Duration, quality.
duration, you have to take into account, you have to pay bills, for example, take that into account. Let's say for 1 month you have to focus on that project, take that into account, because you for that 1 month, if you do like satu kerja tu, let's say if you spend, if your bills cost like 200, your sewa bilik like 300, that's like 500, tak masuk makan. But you take a job yang sangat mudah. For you it's so simple. but it took you a month to do it. Now that project, they bayar you like 400. You can't even pay your bills. What's the point? Macam tu lah. Dia ada that rule of thumb macam tu. But overall, like Hakim and Imran already said it, dia tak ada specific. Know your worth and put your price. It's tough lah.
It goes both ways lah. Know your worth. If you know your work is good, charge what you think is worth. And kalau kerja tak bagus, lepas tu charge mahal gila tu pun tak boleh juga.
You lose trust and you lose clients macam tu.
Right, yeah, that's it for that question. Hope it's
Alright. Okay, jap. Sekejap. Harid, tadi question siapa? I lost track.
Izati, if you go scroll down, there's one from Muhammad Arif.
Zatina Muhammad Arif and okay, alright. So a question from Muhammad Arif. So he introduced himself. Hello, my name is Arif, age 25, industrial designer, expertise in 3D modeling and visualizer. His question is, if you were me, what will be my first step and requirement for me to get into the animation industry?
It's good. Industrial designer, meaning he focus on 3D modeling and visual. I think I know this guy actually. Okay, I think sebab your expertise is something the animation industry really need. Modeling. For us pun kita orang memang perlukan modeler and rigger. So the problem of your skill not fitting into memang non-existent lah. Your skills memang
always
widely
there.
It's needed.
It's widely needed. So I think first step is just to reach out and kumpul portfolio, reach out to people yang you nak masuk lah, and then maybe send your resumes and
Industry design. So macam boleh, like, for example, maybe we have like prototypes of like I do concepts and you can like actually realize it. Kan? Like vehicle concepts atau macam kapal terbang ke.
prepare yourself with like the pipeline of animation jugalah, just the 12 principles to daripada pre-post post production macam mana.
Sebab
If you have that experience, boleh je.
let's say kalau macam just 3D modeling, it would be nice juga sebenarnya kalau in 3D modeling tu you also know certain like the extra stuff, like a little bit of texturing sikit, a little bit further in the pipeline sikit lah. I think sebab 3D modeling you need communications dengan people
Yes.
from further in the pipeline tu kan.
So macam all of us three here memang we consider ourselves multidisciplinary as artists. Memang we don't just specialize. We do specialize in one thing, but we have this amount of knowledge across the line, across the pipeline. So I think that's very important.
Because let's say, right now banyak model, I'm the one yang do the 3D modeling, and I will macam tanya Hakim lah. Okay Hakim, what do you need this model to be like this? Do you need this model to be
Is the topology
sering macam
okay?
mana? Yeah, is the topology okay? Do I need to care about the topology for this project? Do I need to like apa ni? Poly count, like kena
count.
like do I need to like be mindful about it or just YOLO, boleh bagi je macam mana pun, maybe the project tak perlu macam tu kan. Tengoklah, which is why it's very important juga, let's say for me yang ambil juga 3D model, to know if your 3D model boleh pakai untuk animation. And so macam yeah, do your research on that kot, maybe.
Yep.
Definitely there's a path lah.
There's a path. Yeah, but 3D modeling in animation industry, there's always a place for you.
Yeah. Always. Good luck, Mr. Arif.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
See you.
You just need to fill in the space. You just need to find it, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Find your niche even kalau boleh. Kan?
Right. Alright, this is from Muhammad Aidil Nazrin Nazri. Assalamualaikum, my name is Aidil Nazrin and the diploma in animation student dekat FITA UTM. The question is, the can draw very good. Does it affect the career in animation? And second question, is it drawing very essential for animation?
Oh, I can relate to you so much, man. Yeah, as I've mentioned, if you want to do cell animation frame by frame, of course it's gonna affect.
Yeah.
But for me, I can't draw very well. My solid drawing is teruk lah. Memang tak erti lukis lah senang kata. I can draw maybe boleh lukis batu ke, macam tu je lah.
Hey, your anatomy not bad.
Dia sedapkan hati. Tapi tak. So I compensate. So kalau kata dalam 12 principles tu, I lacked one solid drawing. But I still can apply. Matter of fact, my thesis is implementing the principles of animation in motion graphics. So you can compensate, like bukanlah compensate, it's just like finding my strengths instead of like dwelling on my weakness. I learn texturing, I learn lighting, I learn motion graphics in 3D, especially because I don't need to. And even now, our pipeline, Bubbles is the one doing the modeling. I animate and I do the simulations, I do the lighting and texturing.
Still an
Those are-
animator.
Yeah, still an animator, but not
A different
drawing.
animation.
Yeah, different animation.
Yeah, animation punya pipeline is very big. You don't have to be like it's good that if you know how to draw lah, but obviously dalam animation ni like I can't draw people. I can't draw people, but I can draw let's say environment.
Yeah, Bubble's really good
But-
with textures and environments.
Then yeah, so I put my sedap hati yang Imran lah.
Betul.
But so that's why I put my focus lah basically. Every project, okay, let's say if there's an environment, I can't draw human, I pass human to Imran. I'll do the background. And then I pass to Hakim to do the rendering, maybe something other like something else. So there's so many, even yang macam pipeline that we show you tadi tu kan. The only part yang pakai drawing is the left side, which is the animation orang tu. The rest I mostly ada tu pakai mouse je. I just tarik sikit. Okay, looks nice. Masuk 3D, render. Or boleh animate in 3D if you know how your principle of animation. Animate the object, maybe gerakkan objek tu sikit. You know.
We really memang kita orang east in east out tu memang tak pernah tak guna lah. That principle memang tak pernah tak guna. East in east out and
It's only natural.
anticipation semua tu. Yep, it's natural. So yeah, drawing I would say is to a certain degree is essential juga sebab I think if you have the affinity to draw, other things would be it means that you have an imagination.
I would say just to translate your ideas and show it to the world, just having the basic understanding of drawing is important. Tapi down the line, there's bercabang banyak boleh masuk mana pun.
Boleh masuk mana pun. Sebab macam kalau Imran ni dia lahir-lahir dia terus pegang pensel, dia memang lukis. Dia
Different
memang
story lah tu dia macam don't feel down lah. Jangan rasa macam you can't.
Yeah, because I was in your shoes, man. Masa masuk degree tengok my friend Bubble ni, pasal a lot of all of my classmates semua power gila melukis. I was the only one lukis bulat, lepas tu muka titik, mata tu titik je, tak ada lukis lah. But I compensated in something else.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yep.
Banyak dalam animation ni you can put your focus on something else. Don't worry. If you hate drawing lah, let's say, and put your focus on something else. Still in animation juga. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think.
Okay.
Wow, man.
Wow. That kind of hit me really hard. 100%.
Okay.
Oh God. Yeah. Any
Can
other
you
question?
can do it. You guys can do it.
Yeah. You guys can do it.
Right.
Animation is a big umbrella of a tree kan. Boleh cover banyak. Okay.
Oh, we're on time too. It's time to end the event. I think question pun dah habis semua.
Yep.
Eh.
So there's no more questions from the students, and looks like we are on time. So, as I've been told, the students who hadir hari ni, you guys need to open your cameras because Amir kena tangkap gambar.
Yeah, we're gonna take a pic. Screenshot.
We need to take a picture, and then um, Daniel has shared the attendance link in the chat box, so do not forget to isi attendance dekat the Google Form. Okay?
Kena tak tennis juga lah. Kita kena Ni untuk kelas apa ni? Matrikat ingat dia.
Alright, so Miss
Yours.
Aimi ke anyone? I nampak ada Miss Aimi.
Ya,
Miss Aimi ada ke?
Please open up your cameras.
Miss Aimi.
Miss Amy.
Tadi ada Madam Nora tapi I think dia ada meeting.
Orang Animation Kingdom tahun ni apa tema? Tema apa?
She Kingdom this tak tahu lagi.
Yes, unconfirmed
Ah,
yet.
yeah, maybe the semester 4 students boleh give hint ke? Because like
Oh.
me and Hari are semester 3.
Hey,
Kita orang
dia
tak ada
semester
kedua
3.
lagi.
Jadi tahun depan baru kita brainstorm.
Yeah.
Ramai.
Please.
Ramai gila.
Yeah, ramai. So students who attend today, please turn on your cameras. Don't be shy.
Hai Miss Aimi.
Hello Miss Amy.
Miss Aimi. Allah. Miss Aimi berdiri nak.
Suara Miss
Kita
Amy.
orang rap, this panel bagi rap apa the advice to the students from Abdul, Ibra dengan Hakim to the students lah. Diorang pun nak habis lah macam ni guys.
Oh, nak habis dah. Oh, uish, nak.
Allah.
Bagilah
Mana?
advice, kita tahu advice. You guys kan selalu bagi first advice.
What we say, treasure the time you have there.
Yeah.
Because you will miss your friends. You guys will miss kandang. You guys will miss library. Korang akan rindu semua tempat-tempat tu. Then treasure your friends. Sebab kalau dah habis ni nak jumpa susah. Nak jumpa satu susah. Lepas tu semua dah jauh-jauh.
Betul.
There will be a stage nanti. Oh, dia seorang-seorang dah kahwin. Seorang-seorang dah ada anak.
Semua dah
Moment.
masuk hal-hal itu je masing-masing dah.
I
Korang
see.
benci macam mana pun kawan korang tu.
treasure the
Treasure
time you
them,
have with your
treasure them.
friends. And of course, belajar elok-elok. If you guys are passionate about animation, rezeki ada di mana-mana. Just do your best. Find mana-mana opportunities. Just grab the opportunity. Don't be stagnant. Just go out there and this is our time. Ini masa kita. So kita kena, we have to take the opportunity.
Betul.
I agree.
Yes, I agree. So
The opportunity is now. The time is now.
Yep.
Time is now.
The time
Yes.
is now. Man.
Sir Asrul is here with us. So you guys nak hi kat Sir Asrul ke?
Sasrul.
Let's
Seronok Sasrul dekat Langkawi.
Saya sebenarnya ada bengkel sekarang ni.
Oh.
Saya curi masuk.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sir.
Thank you, sir, for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, so now Amir will be in charge of taking our photo. So I tengok yang buka kamera hanya 1.5 page lah. So first page and second page. So Amir, you boleh take our picture now. You nak buka mic, you nak bagi cue ke?
Okay, get ready Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Next one. Slide nombor 2. 1, 2, 3. Alright,
Okay, dah Amir?
done.
Thank you, Amir.
Alright, thank you Amir.
Welcome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Final reminder, students, please do not forget to fill in the attendance. The link to the attendance is in the chat box. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
I think that's all for today. I hope you all learned something for this. Because I know I learned a lot. I feel like I'm a new man now.
Why?
Oh man. I think Hakim, do you have like nak mention something about our new studio sikit maybe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, forgot to mention that one.
So okay. First of all, I think this we like to thank pihak fakulti for inviting us. Thank you so much to every lecturer yang pernah mengajar kita orang, Miss Aimi, Miss Asrul, Nora, semua, Cik Azhar. Terima kasih banyak-banyak for every ilmu yang dicurahkan and kita orang mengaplikasikan ilmu tu. And yeah, thank you so much for all you guys have taught us. Yeah, and untuk tutup kita orang we would like to announce like our new
Macam
studio.
kita ada mention tadi sebab yang kita ada merging dengan atypical visual.
Yep.
As you can see right now, belakang Hakim pun dah ada our atypical visual friends, Taki Sadun.
So
Which is
studio's name is Studio Kuasa. Yeah,
Oh.
sebenarnya for Firepulse ni we're reaching our end of our journey lah. Bukanlah officially kita orang akan kind of tutup Studio Firepulse.
Yeah.
So this is we're planning to launch our next studio next year.
By next year.
Yeah.
So
I see.
anything
I see.
can proceed to Studio Kuasa teruslah instead of
Yeah.
Firepulse.
Boleh follow Studio Kuasa and bolehlah follow each of us, Hakim Rushdi, I'm Lukis.
I am Lucas.
And Lukis.
And
Dengan
Jazillian.
Jazillian.
I am Lukis kan Imran.
Uh,
Yes. Hakim Rushdi _ boleh follow kita orang. Kalau ada apa-apa korang nak tanya ke boleh just reach out to us individually dekat Instagram, tak ada masalah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all from us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
No, thank you for coming today. It's a really good opportunity. Thank you for answering our question and thank you for giving us a TED Talk. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank
hadir
you.
diri.
All right.
And
Okay, so now the time is 4:53. Okay, guys, like we're 7 minutes earlier, which is no problem. So, alright, everyone, that's all for today. Please, another reminder again. Please don't forget to fill your attendance form with the link provided. I hope that
Yep.
you have learned something from today's event. And once again, thank you to the panelists for their talk and answering our questions.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
We hope to see you
Assalamualaikum.
again and thank you to our lecturers and students for joining today's event. See you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, everyone.
Assalamualaikum. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigato.
Diam di hatiku.
Great.